Hi everyone. Today I decided to go over to Benable and try to optimize 10 lists that I had made and they were not getting optimized for whatever reason. I couldn't figure it out, so I said I'm just going to go over there and make a concerted effort to do it. I got all of them except for one optimized within 20 minutes. And I think I know why that one hasn't gone yet. On the app, it says it's nearly optimized. So not quite. So I think I know what to do though. So let's go over to Benable and I'm going to show you what I did to optimize these lists. These things may or may not work, but I think that they probably will if you have lists that won't optimize. And we can also see why it's important to get your lists optimized if you're on Benable. We're on my Benable profile and I realized that I have almost 70 lists on here, which is a lot, but I did not realize that so many of them were not optimized because I'll usually make a list and then I'll just kind of walk away and I figure it'll get optimized eventually. And if not, I'll come back and look and then I forget to come back. But the reason that you want your list to be optimized on Benable is because then they're indexed on Google. So Benable does not index every single list unless it's optimized. So the first step when you make a list is to get it featured. And they'll send you a little email that says your list is being featured, which means that it can show up on Benable's home feed. So if someone is on Benable and they're actually using the app, then they could see your list potentially, right? But if it's optimized, then people searching on Google who have never heard of Benable before could theoretically find your lists. So it's good to get it optimized, and it just is a little bit of extra work because you need to make sure that you have everything in place, that whatever Benable's system is looking for, it likes it and it says it's optimized. So I had 10 lists that were not optimized and I've put them all up at the top. So these three, see, this one still isn't. These three and this one. And I'm going to go through and tell you what I did to them to make them optimized. Some of these things worked for more than one list and some didn't. So I don't think that there's a checklist. I think that there is kind of things that you can do to make sure that you have the best chance of being optimized. And for the most part, you will be optimized if you do all of these things. But if a list is not getting optimized, you might have to take some extra steps. And maybe things that work on one list doesn't work on something else. And so it's not going to be consistent. So if you try some of these things and they don't work, try something else. Maybe some things in combination with each other will work, but some things did work on some lists and didn't on another. Let's just go through. For this one, this is basically links to my Spoonflower account and to some articles from my website that talk about how to make a quilt. I made a quilt with fabric that I designed for Spoonflower. This is basically just the fabric. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, this might not be the best list to be optimized. So I put some machine quilting tips. It has the same fabric in there. And it still would not optimize this list. So this morning I added this article to it. Okay, so it's an additional article. And I think that maybe the balance of just all fabric products, there was too much of that. I'm not sure. And these are affiliate links. So Benable is a Spoonflower affiliate. So if you put a Spoonflower link, it's going to be an affiliate link. But this one is not. And this one is not. And this one is not, because those are all articles on my website. So I think maybe just adding that one article pushed it over to not have as many product links. I'm not sure, but that's one thing that I did. I also changed the language on this one. I changed the title and it said something about my easy Irish chain quilt tutorial or something. I took the word my out. I did that on a couple of titles. That seems to work sometimes. Sometimes that's all you need to do is take my or I out of the title, but that's not consistent. I have plenty of titles of these, lists that have the word I and my in it and they get optimized. So, but that's just a suggestion. You can try that out. Places to volunteer in person and online. Now, this was a weird one because I had 15 places on here. I decided that that seemed like enough. Usually 15 items is enough. If you do 10 to 15, I find that 15 items on one list usually gets it optimized pretty quickly. But they sent me an email. Benable sent me an actual email that said, this list is a good list, but you need more items. You only have 10. And I'm like, okay, well, there are 15 on there. So I'm not sure if this was just kind of stuck and they weren't registering the last 5. So I went and I added one place to volunteer to this list and it got optimized. So if that's the situation, you can try adding a couple more things, see if that optimizes it. If it doesn't, then you can do a different thing. Okay, so first we have rewriting the title, adding another item. On this one, I just added the item. I didn't change anything else. I just added one thing and it optimized it. All right, so now this one. Okay, this is wedding cakes. that I have made, and they're all in different articles on my website. So this basically links to articles on my website. And I did not have the sections on there. This list has been sitting on Benable for been at least a month, and it has not optimized. And I don't have any more articles to add until I do more articles on my website. So I went in and did sections because it's called Real Wedding Cakes. It was for all seasons. See, I changed the title on this. Okay. I changed the title. I did not change the description, but I added sections to it and I moved things into sections that are kind of cakes that are appropriate for that season. And it optimized, right? So we've got change the title, add more items, do sections. All three of those strategies are basically what I was doing on all of these, and it seems to have worked. On this one, I didn't add sections, I didn't change the title. I went in and made the descriptions that I write, like the little note that you add to each item, a little bit longer. And I said what it would be good for. So this started out as mini watercolor strawberries and dots. And I added, this would be cute for a dollhouse kitchen. Okay, so I made it a little bit more thorough, a little bit better description, and it got optimized. And I think that all of these are pretty basic suggestions, but it could just be something that you skip, you overlook. You think it's a good description, but it's not. I would also be careful if you're doing a product link and it pulls the title of the product in. I would go back and rewrite that or just edit it down because a lot of times the product titles are very long and wordy and it looks weird. So if you make it like something that you've written as opposed to something that's been pulled off of the website, that's probably better. On this list, I went in and added sections to it. And I think that I added a few more items. And this one had just been sitting there. I do have a few lists already that are golf related. And so it could just be that because I have multiple topics that are kind of related to that, then it's not optimizing it as quickly. But as soon as I added sections to this one, I put a few different sections in there. It took it, and I did not change the titles or any of these, and it optimized just with the new sections. All right, so that's again is one of the sections. I'm going to skip this one and come back to it because that's the one that is nearly optimized, but not quite. This one, I added one new item and I changed the title of it a little bit and I added sections. All right, this cute dollhouse furniture and accessories, I just added sections to that one. This one, this is a weird one because it got optimized, then it de-optimized. So this little check mark went away. Then it got optimized again, and then it got de-optimized again. So I'm not sure if it's because it's a self-care kind of health and wellness topic, and that, you know, search engines are tricky with that. Any kind of your money, your life kind of situation like health, wellness, that kind of thing. Search engines are a little bit cagey about recommending that kind of stuff. But I just went in and added sections to this. And I did not change anything else. I just added the sections. I did not add any extra products, but adding the sections seemed to do it because all of a sudden this check mark is back and I'm good. For now, I mean, it might get de-optimized tomorrow. I don't know. And then this is the last one. Again, this is another one of the golf kind of related lists that I have. And I went in and added sections to this one. I did add some more products to fill out the sections. And I think that that could be one of the things about these is like the more sections that you have, you don't want to have a section with only one thing in it. You want to have, I'm seeing at least 3 will get you optimized with sections on here. The only reason I would add a section to something is if there's so many things on the list that you do want to organize it, or if it's not being optimized, because I think that adding sections has pushed these kind of over the line and made them be optimized by Benable. So why not? Let's go back up to this one because this is the one that is nearly optimized, but has not gotten optimized yet. And I'm going to try a few things this afternoon just to see if I can get it pushed over to the optimized side. What this list is Oasis Supply Company is a cake decorating supply company. I am an affiliate with them. I have a affiliate code directly from them to give to my customers or to my viewers on YouTube specifically to get 10% off. So you can use this code, by the way. If you're looking for cake decorating and baking stuff, go to Oasis and use my code. You'll get 10% off. Okay. But I think that because everything on this list is from one company, that Benable is a little more reluctant to optimize the list. So I went in, I added sections to it. I rewrote this a little bit. No, I rewrote the title. I rewrote the title a little bit, and I did add some more products to it so that the sections have a few items in it at least. I'm not seeing this list be optimized, but it did move from completely unoptimized to nearly optimized, like I said. So it's getting there. I think that this might just be a matter of adding more products to it, and that might be all that I need to do. I'm not sure, but I will work on this a little bit later today and try to figure it out. Now, so far, I think that this is a really good system, and it's not that difficult to get things optimized, but if you're having trouble, try one of those things. So we have rewriting the title of the list, fleshing out the descriptions of each item, adding some more things to it, and adding sections. And those four things got every single one of these except this one optimized. It doesn't seem to matter whether they are affiliate links or not, because this one has no affiliate links on it at all. This is all just places to volunteer. This one is pretty much 100% affiliate links. So there's no real correlation that I can see between that kind of thing. But I think that having everything go to one specific website, they do mention that in one of the guides that they have, that that kind of list doesn't do as well. So you might have to just make a little bit of extra effort, and I can figure something out to put on here. We'll find out. Yeah, so those are my tips. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you later.